Hello everyone, it's Rich from Allerton Creek Farm. It's a real hot, nasty day here in Hunterdon County, western New Jersey. It's probably, I don't know, like 87 degrees, but the humidity, it's like soupy out there. It's disgusting right now. So, but that being said, I've got a couple of items that were dropped off by a customer. One of them is a hatchet. The other one is a axe. So I figured I'd just show you what we do with our service here to clean them up. Then we use what we call a jig on the Tormek machine. Now, Tormek is that, a lot of people probably know, it's a system that's a water cooled stone system, and they came out with a new jig. The old jig that they had for axes was from like around 1980s something, I think 85 or something like that. It was okay for the time, but they improved it tremendously. Those of you guys and girls out there that might use a Tormek probably already know about this. Other ones that do not, or maybe thinking about getting one, if you have like bushcraft axes and regular axes and not too much moles, but mostly like the small hatchets and axes, this is a really good addition to the Tormek system. So I'll show you that, and we'll get right to it. Okay, this is what they dropped off. Like I said, one small hatchet here. Got some rust on it. Nothing we can't be able to clean up. I don't see a name or a brand on it, but we can take a check. Once we get some of this rust off, we might be able to see that. And the other one, it's not as dirty, not as bad. It's not too chipped up. A little bit of rust. This one here is a will core. I haven't heard of that, but that doesn't mean much. A little mushrooming on the top there, but that's really not something we're going to take care of at this point. First thing we're going to do is get off some of the heavy rust with the wire wheel and see if we can get this a little bit more presentable. That wire wheel really does kind of, see if that focuses, makes quick work with it. Now the paint that's on there, I leave the paint on best I can because the paint actually protects the metal from the rust. And a lot of times it's good to even just repaint these. I mean, I offer that service, but I don't just do it automatically. Now after I do that, what I like to do is I take the actual hatchet on the edge here, especially what they call the speed bump, where that little lip comes up. I like to clean them off on the fiber wheel. What that does is it just kind of shines it up a little bit, gives you the opportunity to really see the edge, and it looks nice for the customer. And it only takes a couple of seconds. Hopefully that shows up, but you can see the shine that it puts on there. Just cleans up that edge a little bit. And like I said, you can see the nicks, and it kind of helps with that grind line. And I'll do that on both axes. Okay, and that's where we're at so far after the quick cleanup. Now this is the Tormek machine. Like I said, it's a water-cooled automatic sharpening system, and this is the jig that I was telling you about. The not sure what the number on it. You go on Tormek's website. I believe that it's the AX40 axe jig. What's good about it is, compared to the old one, is that you can do a lot of different heads, whether you want a convex grind, the concave, or a flat beveled. It allows you to do a couple different things where the old one did not allow that to happen. Okay, well this one here now, we'll do the hatchet first. It has a little bit of a convex kind of grind to it. That's pretty much what the customer wanted. You can kind of see it here. Let me see if it focuses for you. So it's a little bit of a micro edge on it, and then it's rounded over. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark it with a more Sharpie type marker, and what we want to do is get the first grind into it and then round that grind out using this jig. So we're going to set it up and we're going to test it just by putting this jig into these two nubs here. We're going to use the first one, or the first closest knob, and then we're going to drop this down and adjust it. And I'm not going to bore you with the whole process. There's plenty of videos on how to set this all up and do it, but we want to just do a quick scratch test to see where we're at. Now when we use this machine, you can set up a couple of different ways. I like the edge trailing, the edge leaning on Hatchet, so it means that this is going to be turning toward me. Some people like the edge trailing, which is a way. And what I'm going to do here is just do a quick scratch test. I just turned it on for a second to get a little water on the stone, and you can see where we're at there. Let me see if that focuses. Maybe it won't. It doesn't look like it is, I'm sorry. But there's still some of the markers, so it means I need to drop it down a little bit more to get where I want to be. So I just micro adjust a little bit. Again. Okay, now that took off most of the marker. I'm going to try the other side. Again, you just got to remember to do a quick scratch test, and hopefully, let me see if that shows for you. See where the marker's gone on that edge? So we're right where we want to be. So now we're going to turn it on, the machine. Let the water get up in there and see what we can do. So again, I'm going to put this on there. You can do it on the same side until you formed a burr. What's nice about this machine is it gets a nice even edge all the way across compared to trying to do it freehand. Now, some guys can do it freehand and knock it out of the park and you can't believe how nice it comes out. Other people like me cannot, so this kind of stuff works out good for us. Okay, so I got the grind and I got the burr. I got a little nick here. I want to do a little bit more on that side. Okay, now I got the first bevel put into it. Now I'm going to round it off by using the jig the way they're designed it to be used. What you're going to end up doing now is you go up and down in between these two areas. So you start it on the top, and then you go up and down. You can go fast or slow. There's no, what you want to do is basically put that convex edge back into that. So you bring in that grind line, hopefully it shows up. It's a little awkward in the beginning, but then it gets more and more smooth as you do it. same thing on the other side. Put slight pressure on there and back and forth. Once you're done with that, all you have left to do is hone it. Now to hone it, I put the handle straight on, the hatchet head straight on the strop, and then I pull it directly back until I hear it change. You can hear the noise. Then I just go back and forth, steady, and try to polish that blade out, get the burr off. Flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Some of that extra paste off. With that, you continue to hone it. Just test it for sharpness, and definitely good enough for an axe blade.